everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into this. All right, I got a question for y'all. What does Andrew Jackson, Jeffrey Epstein, and Geoffrey the Giraffe, the mascot from Toys R Us, have in common? Don't know that? Well, let's let's talk about that. They have a lot in common. Or I should, I'm saying, I should say coincidences or whatever. Okay, let's go down the rabbit hole just a little bit. First of all, we all know that Andrew Jackson and Epstein, besides the obvious, they look almost identical, and people have outed that and say, why is it so weird that he looks like Andrew Jackson? And what's even more weirder is how they changed the face of the 2020 bill, which was originally changed in 2003. Big face looks even more like him, which is real crazy, especially when he does a side profile. But anyway, let's include Geoffrey the Giraffe in this. Okay, this is where this is where the critical thinking starts to kick in, and this is what kind of keeps me up at night, making notes, trying to figure it out. Hey, has anybody ever brought this up? Have they talked about it? No, I haven't seen anybody talk about this, and I'm about to get into this. All right. Geoffrey the Giraffe, the mascot from Toys R Us. A lot of people that are my age or older are going to remember who this mascot was. They also remember the famous slogan, "I don't want to grow up, I want to be a Toys R Us kid," or it goes where a kid could be a kid. But what really kind of like caught my attention is the phrase, "I don't want to grow up, I want to be a Toys R Us kid." Why doesn't, okay, it sounds innocent, but if you think about it 30 years later, why would you not want to grow up? Of course, a child wants to play with toys forever. What child does not want to live in fantasy world and be enticed to play toys all day long? What child? I was a child once. Everybody listening to this broadcast was a child once. So you know what it's like to be a child, to live in that fantasy world. So they kind of created that fantasy. Now, along with Geoffrey the Giraffe, we got another coincidence that I think is kind of crazy. Is that his wife, first of all, I thought it was kind of weird too. And I didn't find this out until I did this research. Geoffrey the Giraffe had a family. His wife's name was Gigi. Now, coincidence that Epstein had a, quote, assistant whose nickname was called Gigi. I'm not going to try to pronounce her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, because I'm not going to get into that mispronunciation. But bottom line, her nickname was Gigi. Okay. Now, another thing too that I'm going to do some more research on is the Toys R Us logo. Why is the R backwards? Has anybody ever questioned that? And why is there a 5-pointed star in the middle of that R? To me, it's just letting us know who's running the show and who's always been running the show. But, I'll also have to do some more diving into research on that, but not on this video. But that's just something to bring to your attention. Let you know who's running this program, okay? Going back to, I don't want to grow up, I want to be a Toys R Us kid. kind of gets me going into the comparison to Andrew Jackson. Now, Andrew Jackson, a lot of y'all think, okay, it's just that Epstein looks like him. No, there's more comparison to that, way deeper than that. Okay, first of all, Andrew Jackson and his wife Rachel, they had no biological children. I did not know this, or actually, I probably didn't even care, wasn't aware, but they had no biological children, meaning that Andrew Jackson's and all the children that they had were not their biological children. Where did these children come from? Well, here's the thing with Andrew Jackson and his wife. They had a home that was called Hermitage Home. And I'm sorry I'm screwing that up, but my pronunciation of words is kind of screwed up, but I don't care. You get the point. Heritage Home was basically an exclusive home for wayward children. And I have to say, it's even more exclusive because it's even more messed up because when I started doing a little research, a lot of these children had mothers. And I'm talking about their mothers were alive, but they were taken from their biological mother and put in this home because their father was deceased. I don't think it's right, and I don't understand how a U.S. president was allowed to do this and how it was allowed to happen, and how they honor this U.S. president as being on one of our currency. Oh, that's right, because they're one of them. That's right. They don't give a shit about the integrity of this person or what he did. And probably the more dirt that the leaders have done, the more honor they're going to give them, the more dirtbag they were. Okay. I'm going to get into a little bit of story when I go back to talking about Andrew Jackson and his wife. But getting back to this home that was, like I said, it's for wayward children. And let's go back to 2020 when the world was on lockdown and everybody started, the conspiracy theories came out the wall. And I'm not just talking about the list, the PDF file list. I'm talking about the rumors with Wayfair, other retailers out there, but particularly Wayfair, because Wayfair, the whole meaning is supposed to be wayward child. Allegedly, that Wayfair has some inclusions on these PDF files. And I have to say allegedly because it is alleged, okay? But if you don't know what I'm talking about, please do your own research because it's going to come up. But I think it's kind of funny how we don't talk about that anymore. And we were supposed to be doing this, not, we're supposed to be boycotting this because of this and that. And I never see anything come of it other than people just talk about it and all this kind of PDF file coding and all those sickos that run the world and you hear on the news. Okay, I'm gonna end this by saying this, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this and bring this to your attention, not just the comparisons of the three Geoffreys, but in the early 19th century when Jackson was president, if a child was younger than 21 and if his father died, the courts appointed a guardian to supervise the child's interests, okay? Even if his mother was still alive, as I mentioned before. So a legal record of guardianship of any of Jackson's wards is almost non-existent. Not all the children under Jackson's guardianship lived with him, okay? With them, his wife. But under their care, they had, I'm going to put in quotations, adopted a Native American boy who had a mother was still alive and was basically taken from his mother. They raised this child to be a companion for Andrew Jr., which was one of the adopted quotations children of Andrew and Rachel. This child his own demise, he ended up passing away, and under the care of his adoptive mother, which I think is a whole nother rabbit hole, because there's no record of where this child is buried. And to me, this child should be, if he was an adopted child of Andrew, the U.S. president, he should be up there with high honor with his other adopted children. You know, or even better, he should be buried with his mother that he never should have been taken from in the first place. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Just something that you could take as for entertainment purposes or educational purposes, however you want to take it, or take it as both. My channel, as you know, I've been doing this for about 6 years now. I've been doing the back and forth with the Hollywood and the straight out right truth seeking and finding the real truth about. And a lot of it, a lot of people will agree with me and a lot of people don't agree with me. And that's the whole purpose of having a channel, is that you're going to have all type of diverse answers or diverse comments. And that's the way I wanted it, is the way I like it. So I love to see those different comments. However, I'm going to remind everybody that this is a channel that does not do the fake conspiracies, meaning that I'm not doing this channel for monetization, okay? I never have been monetized. And I've said since the beginning, since I started doing this, that was not my whole purpose. My whole purpose was to put the truth out there, because I felt that I've been lied to and still being lied to. And I've proven that we have all been lied to. And I've been opening up people's eyes and making them see this is what's really going on. And I've had a lot of viewers that turn into subs. And I want you to know I appreciate that, my day ones. And I've also had some viewers that have turned to trolls and, doing this back and forth, not even paying attention to what the topic is. And that's okay. I expect that. And that's kind of lets me know what type of, I don't even deal with it. I just put that person on block and move on about my business. Now, as I stated before, I am going to do Instagram. I'm going to start doing Instagram. I do have an Instagram channel, and I did say before, because of the trolls and because of the privacy issues, not that much private as it is in YouTube, kind of put it out there that I wasn't never going to do IG, just like I never wanted to do Facebook because of all the stuff. But I find some helpful ideas over there, and seems like it's more geared towards my content rather than YouTube, because YouTube is going to constantly be on that BS that I can't even play music that they say that I can use in my video because it's not copyrighted, which is a bunch of BS. So if you're a content creator out there that went down the road before, you still get copyrighted for some bullshit ass music that you know damn well you've heard in somebody else's video and they are clear, okay? And it's never, like I said, it's never been about monetize. It's just about that it puts the algorithm out there is to where they don't want to play my videos and you don't get the notifications like you used to, because that's the games that YouTube plays, and I'm just tired of it. I'm gonna deal with Instagram, okay? And a warning to you all, you trolls out there, don't try it. Don't try it, okay? If you're an adult, be an adult. Don't play these games, all right? I'm not gonna tolerate it, okay? Bottom line. And you're not gonna stop me from doing what I do, period. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. And if you are just a viewer, I appreciate it. But if you are coming back and viewing my channel, please sub. it does help my channel out a lot, and it does help the algorithm out a lot, since I've been kind of on the downside of the algorithm for the past year or so because of things that have been going on in my personal life that I won't disclose on here, but I'll just put like life be lifing, okay? So I didn't make YouTube a priority. I couldn't make YouTube a priority, but what I did feel that I did make it a priority is my viewers, that I owed you something, and that's what I'm doing this now. All right. I feel that I owe that to you because you stuck around this long, and I definitely want to give you some content, and I wanted to get it out there. All right. With that being said, thank you for watching. And one more thing too. We talked about the whole Jeffrey Epstein and all this type of craziness and how he looks like Andrew Jackson. There's a clip that I found that was a part 2 of a video that I previously had put on my shorts that did the breakdown of the currency, how they've been playing with this, and this content creator, and I'm wish that I knew who this person was. I cannot find out who this person is, but if you recognize this video of their content, please tell me who this person is, because I would love to give them credit. I don't know who they are. But the part 2 explains even further how this 2020 thing has been planned. It's all, and it's crazy too, but I'll just let you watch it and you figure it out for yourself. I'll see you next video.
A paper plane with your money, and you go from the $1 bill to the $100 bill, okay? And listen to me when I say this, okay? I just showed you the beginning of this video on Google that they redesigned the money in 1996. They started with the $100 bill, and then they moved on to the 50, and then the 20, and then the 10. And it goes 1996, 1997, 1998, and then in 2000 they were done with the redesign. Folks, this is undisputable. They executed a plan that was already planned. Okay, here's the 1 to the 5. The towers are hit. The buildings are falling. The buildings are gone. And all there's left is smoke. This is not a joke. Okay? Now, I can hear some pastor right now. Oh, you're spreading fear. You know, truth is only fearful to those that don't want the truth, because they would rather hide themselves from the truth. And you ready for this, folks? If I take the $20 bill right now and I fold it like such in front of you, and this is the mind blower, okay? You tell me what you see when I fold this $20 bill. I'm going to fill the whole. I'm going to cut off his head a little bit here. Do you see a guy wearing a mask? Is there a guy wearing a mask? Is that Andrew Jackson upside down, but they made his head bigger because they want him to wear a mask? And what year did they want him to wear a mask? Oh, look at that. 2020.